Hi folks, I want to give you a quick overview of one of the tools that I use when figuring out whether UI on a site is working or not. It's called TruConversion. So one of the tools is a heat map. I'm going to go to the heat map. I happen to be looking at my own site. And it shows me where it is on my site that people are actually clicking. I see a bunch of them are clicking here on the call to action. I've got 21 clicks there. My transitional call to action, 76 there, 3 clicks over here. Okay, so it just shows you what part of your site that they're actually clicking on. The other thing I can see is that they're actually clicking on various parts of the headline. But when I go down a little bit, and I see here, in the benefits section of my site, creating online authority, generating leads, and converting prospects into sales, people are actually clicking on the benefits. That tells me that I may want to make those links where I go into more detail. Same thing when I scroll down to the plan part, people are actually clicking on the plans. So I see here that there are 19 people who had clicked for Get a Digital Assessment, and another 24 had clicked on the text over here. 7 clicked on Harvest Quick Wins, 1 over there, 14 over there. You add all these up, and it basically shows me that people are actually clicking on the steps of the plan. Perfect opportunity for me to give them more information there. So then down here below in the junk drawer, I see that people are actually clicking on the navigation that I have down there. And the one that's getting the most heat is actually clicking on the About page, which I should probably clean up and make sure that that's more actionable. I got 54 links on that. The point of this tool is to get greater analysis of what is actually going on in your website. In my case, I can't design worth squat. I have other people do that for me, but this is some of the data that I use to see how effective the current designs are and what changes would be merited from data rather than just hunches. So another feature of the heat map is the scroll heat map. So this shows me how far down on the page my visitors are actually going. So 75% of the visitors have seen to this point, and when I scroll down on the site, I start seeing it gets colder and colder. And so, for example, when I get down to the plan step of my site, I've already lost 70% of the visitors to my site never even get to the point of the plan. Down to the junk drawer, only 28% have seen that part. So one of the reasons this matters is if you're trying to figure out why people aren't taking action on something down here below, you may simply not have your visitors reach that far down on your page. It goes to one of the reasons why we're told in StoryBrand you want to put your transitional call to action and your primary call to action high up, as well as put it at multiple spots in your site. So right now I see I'm looking at just under 2,000 users on desktop devices. If I want to switch that to people who are on mobile devices, I get to see what it looks like for them as well. So when I look at the pattern on mobile devices, it's pretty much similar. Most people see the top and they start fading away as they go down. But what I note in particular is on the very bottom of the site, much fewer of the people actually get there. So less than 2% of the visitors actually get down to the junk drawer when they're on mobile. Another thing I can do is actually look at screen recordings of what's going on. How are people interacting with it live? So I'm going to filter the recordings only to the ones from the United States that were there from anywhere from 30 seconds to 4 minutes in durations. So these are the ones that I'm going to want to look at, and let's see what people were doing. This screen recording isn't particularly useful for me, but I do want to show it anyway because it gives you an idea of some of the information you can get by looking at how your users are interacting with the site. So this is played at double time. I see where they're stopping with their mouse, they're looking around, they're scrolling, they're going down to the bottom. Didn't see what they want, they come back up to the top, and then one last time the call to actions, and then they're gone. So you can look at this type of information in aggregate and get a better idea what's going on with the UI on your site.